been in my life since I could walk. I mean, my brothers played baseball, my dad played baseball, my uncles, my granddad, like everyone. So there was no doubt I was gonna play. It's been my escape. I mean, I love it. Used to love going up to the like on the weekends and hitting off the tee. Dad, you know, I want to take some cuts, like always on the go. It's where I met majority of my friends. I mean, traveling with softball, that was your vacation in the summer, you know? Yeah. The places you get to visit because of softball. I mean, it literally was my life. I mean, it still is. I love it. My husband even plays, you know, for a national deaf team, and so we travel for his softball now, and it's awesome. I love being able to just sit there in a chair and cheer for him now, so it's awesome. And to be able to share that love with these girls makes it even better.
Now let's go back to your high school days. You graduated from Vicksburg High School what year?
In 2014.
All right, tell me a little bit about that experience, because you played for your dad at Vicksburg High, right?
I did.
Okay, now tell us about that experience.
I've actually played for my dad for a long time, until I was little, so it wasn't too bad, honestly. Coming into a new program, it helped having him, because I didn't know anybody, new school, a lot bigger than what I was used to in Missouri, so it helped a lot. And having my brother and sister-in-law who played college ball, it helped. I got all that extra attention. I loved it. So, but he pushed me. He knew how to talk to me. He knew how to handle me, so it helped. And that's one reason I pursued college, and I signed a scholarship to East Mississippi Community College. I chose East Mississippi for a big reason for the coaching staff. I had 3 coaches that I had met, Coach White, Coach Gray. They both played at Auburn. They knew what it took and what it meant to play for a big program like Auburn University. And then I also had a pitching coach, Allison. She played at Mississippi State in Georgia. So it was awesome to just be able to learn from 3 people who have played, you know, Division I, played at that college level, and pick their brains and learn and grow from them. It's one of the best experiences of my life. Honestly, if I could go back, I would. At East Mississippi, I had great coaching staff, great teammates. You know, being a freshman in college and playing a college sport is tough. So having a group of girls that you can connect with and be there for really helps. From East, you know, we were pretty successful as a young group of girls, and we carried it over as sophomores. And then from there, you know, went on to Valley, played a little Division I. It was a great experience being able to play some of the top competition that you can play in college ball.
When did you get on at Porter Chapel?
So it was about 2018, 2019 was the year that I sent in my application, and I'm pretty sure it was Valentine's Day when I heard back. So I've told myself I want to be just like my dad. I wanted to coach, you know, and teach, you know, whenever I grew up. So it was awesome, but it was a little bit scary, you know. I'm coming in as a young coach. There were 7 seniors. You have a full JV squad, full varsity squad of girls who've been playing together, had the same coach for years, you know. So it was just, you know, about coming in and kind of setting my coaching standard and just kind of showing them what I'm about when it comes to softball. So it was a tough season. I mean, we had a lot of injuries there towards the end. We played a lot of games, a lot of tournaments too, where it was one tournament in Clinton, we had JV play on one field, varsity on the next, so a lot of those girls played both. So we were going back and forth, but it was worth it. I mean, they worked so hard throughout the summer, the hot summer at that, and then to come out, you know, district champs again, South State, and then even second in state. I mean, came up a little short, but it's a great season to have. So, especially for those seniors, it was awesome.
Okay, and as a young coach as you were, do you feel like you were under a lot of pressure to do great in your first year?
Most definitely. I mean, I didn't feel a lot of that pressure from like my dad or my brother or my fiance at the time, but it was more or less the pressure I put on myself. Even as a player, I was a head case, so like if I didn't produce, or I knew exactly what, I didn't do that, I was always telling myself, you need to do better this time, or fix this. And so being that as a coach, I tell the girls a lot, it was tough. Wrote down a lot of notes in a book, cried a lot, but cried a lot in college too when workouts are that tough. But it was just a lot of learning too. I mean, head coach, coming in, like I said, with the group of girls that have been together, parents. I was terrified about parents, but I mean, I just came in stern, kept my head held high, and they were already girls that knew what I expected, and they jumped right in, so it was nice.
So your next 2 years didn't go as planned. Y'all had to go through some growing pains. You lost a lot of players. How did it feel like going from being at the top to having to go through those struggles?
Honestly, it felt like I was a freshman in college again because you go from being, a senior in high school, kind of being on top and being the person that the younger girls look up to, and then you go to college and you're back a freshman and it's just like a struggle bus. It's like a ladder that you keep trying to pull yourself up. I know it's a strange way to explain it, but that's kind of just how I saw it. It was tough, but I also couldn't let my girls see that, and I tried not to. They worked hard, and I pushed them, and they pushed each other. They knew it was a rebuilding year. I mean, when you go from, being one of the top teams, like you said, and then the next year you're going to have a target on your back with all those other teams. Yeah. They knew that, and they didn't give up. And so that's the biggest thing I told them. Win or lose, just give it your all and never give up. Another tournament, we played Glenbrook. And Glenbrook is who, we played for the state championship my first year. We beat them game one, or they beat us game one. We came back and beat them, and then we had to beat them, and it was a struggle, but they ended up beating us. Well, come that tournament, no one really believed that we could actually beat them, especially without the 7 seniors that we had. And I mean, they fought. They took every ball that they could. They hit the ball well. They played together, and we had a walk-off double that scored, and everyone cheered like we just did win state, which we kind of did. It felt like we got it back. So it was a great feeling, and it was awesome to see like your girls so excited about beating a team that beat you in a big game. So it was awesome.
Okay, so how do you feel about your upcoming season and your girls' progress coming up this upcoming season?
Honestly, I'm really excited. I'm always excited for softball season. It's the best time of the year. But their progress, especially with how young our girls are, it's awesome to see how they've come. And I've been there with them now, so being able to actually see it, I feel like their mother. I get so excited, and I mean, I tell them all the time, like, we try to be as positive as we can. So it's really awesome, especially when they're constantly, Coach, what about this? Or check this out. I learned this. And I'm like, yes, like, that's what I'm talking about, So it's really exciting. I mean, it makes my heart happy.
Okay.
Which birthday is the best?